Alrighty. Wait to get a few people in here. In the meantime, I will read one of my poems. I wrote this one in 1997 when I lived on Salt Spring Island, BC, Canada, British Columbia. Okay. It's called Sensing, as in using my senses. Okay, sensing. I am the deer that I hear, scampering deep into the forest, crackling twigs and branches. I am the tree that I see, fallen wood of its breast crushed by other life forms. I am the snail that I feel, moist, squishy between my toes, making my way with ease as I race. I am the bluebell that I smell, its essence drifting to my nose, reviving memories long forgotten. I am the plasma that I taste, salty yet pure. It nourishes my being, refreshes my spirit. I am the life that I live, unfolding, flourishing. Yes, I am one with it. Okay, that's that. So, shoot, I missed someone here. Right. That was my little sound. Hmm. Okay, this is on my laptop that I've had for like a long time. Many years I've had this. It is still running on Windows 7. Hey Ray, how you doing? Is my sound okay? It's funny how I keep running into you on all these different channels, but on some of them, I don't even show up. I see you, but you can't see me because I'm shadow banned so many places. It's getting ridiculous now that I can't even interact with people because I'm not showing up. Okay, good. I'm at the library as per usual. So I hope I'm not being too loud because the last time I did my live stream, there was a guy sitting on the other side of this pod. And he was able to talk to me about some of the stuff I was talking about on my live stream. Like he picked up that I was talking. Good to see you too. It's talking about autism and how it used to be back in the 70s. I think maybe 1970. I don't know when this poll that was taken, but back then, I mean, for a long time, it was like even before that, it was probably even more. 1 in 10,000 people had autism, and now it's 1 in 35. That's just awful. So, I wanted to talk about my detoxing, and you probably are doing it too, right? Right? I got my water, my plasma. I got some different salt, and these crystals are so big it takes a while for them to break down. Oh, look at this outfit I got. It's not really an out. It's actually a long john pajamas that are a a young boys size 14. This is me in a boy's 14. I'm doing really well. I'm overweight too. This is not my usual weight. I'm usually thinner, like about 10 pounds or so more. So I have to start losing some weight. So it's the end of the cycle for me for the winter. Like I'm sort of like the bears. I put on weight before winter, and then hopefully it keeps me warm. And it's cold now again. It got started getting warm here, and so I'll start to lose weight as I go towards the summer. I'll be back to my normal weight. But it's not really a sweater. These are long john pajamas, or boys, young boys, size 14 pajamas. I just replaced my other ones that I've had for years, and I don't really like the newer fabrics, even though this is organic cotton. But the cottons anymore are probably not to be trusted. So it's two pieces, and I'm actually wearing my pajamas to the library. But people are dressing, so other people are wearing pajamas that are obviously pajamas. These are literally long johns, but I don't care. I'm trying to be comfortable, so just being my little girl self. I don't know, people say I act like a teenager. That's just my young spirit. So anyway, I've been not feeling so great because I'm doing so thanks anyway for the compliments. So I'm heavy into detoxing right now. Like there's so many things I've quit, and I'm down to like hardly eating any food. And what food I eat, is animal based. Mainly, my main foods are dairy, which includes raw milk, cream, yogurt, just all the dairy products, butter, a big butter. I'll just eat butter plain, or I'll put it in my coffee. And I'm just doing decaf. That's another thing I'm quitting is coffee, but I still enjoy it and I still bless it. Nope, no, I don't have any of those. I don't have any feet in them. They would probably drive me crazy if I had those on. You're down to like 4 things? Wow, what are they? Tell me what they are. So I do dairy, meat, but I don't eat that much meat because it's so expensive. So and it's like there's no new meat because of the season. Like like the meat I get now all comes from back like in the fall, like from November or something like that. So the new meat will be coming to market. I buy it at the farmer's market usually. Beef, eggs, butter, cheese. Wow, cool. So I do all those. Um Occasionally I might do lamb if I have the opportunity, or duck. The lady who I get that from at the market, she's not there until next month. So the people I buy my meats from, lamb, beef mainly, and duck, aren't going to be there at the market until next month. So I'm not even really going because there's no point in me going, because that's the only reason mainly I go for is just for that. Sour cream, yeah. So I have that too. And then so so do you get your eggs from the store though? Yeah, I bet. Yeah, everything's getting so expensive. It's crazy. Are you buying your eggs at the market though? Because if you're getting it in a supermarket, the whites have polymers in it. The commercial eggs are no bueno. But if you should be able, let me see, are you in Ohio? I forget where you said you were again. Yeah, just get from the local farms. That's pretty much all I eat is from, and then well, there's quite a few farms around here, but I'm able to get my raw milk from the main supermarket. It's like there's only a couple things I get at all from the supermarket. And that's one of them, because this market sells 3 different kinds, 2 brands, but 3 different kinds of raw milk. So I usually get the Guernsey, and I don't like the Jersey. And the other 2 kinds are both Jersey. So and I went today, and today is what, Wednesday? I don't even know what day it is. I think it's Wednesday. But I should have went yesterday, and I didn't, because the milk comes in on Monday evening, later in the day, and I did not go yesterday because I did not really feel very good. So I just said, oh, I'll just go tomorrow. It should still have it. And all the gallons were gone in that short of a time. Because people come down from Canada, because I'm right at the Canadian border. So they come down from Vancouver to get their raw milk here, and they wiped out all the gallons. But luckily, they still had some half gallons. So I just had to get 2 half gallons, which makes it cost even more, because 1 gallon is $12.99, and 2 gallon and half gallons are $6.99 a piece. So I mean, it didn't cost that much more. I was just glad to be able to still get it. So yeah, the thing is with the bread though is like I have had to like stop eating the bread because the yeast is blowing me up, making my stomach, making me look like I'm pregnant or something. So but I get this such good sourdough bread here locally too. This is a really small town right at the Canadian border there. It's a tiny little town, and it's, you know, it's not like Bellingham where I have to drive like 20 miles to the closest city to get stuff that I can't get here. But they do have raw milk, so I'm glad that they have that. So yeah, the butter. There's a dairy that's right up the street where I go to get my butter. I get a whole pound of butter that comes right straight from the dairy here for $3.99, and the butter, all the other butter is like $6.99 or $5.99 mostly for a 1 pound block of it. They charge an extra like $3 just to quarter it for you. I mean, I could do that myself. I don't need somebody. I don't need to pay $2 or $3 for somebody to cut it in half for me or quarters. So anyway, and then I can also, there's fish, there's fishermen. They actually have the picture of the person who literally caught it. So you get to know the local fishermen. Their face is right on the package of fish that you buy. I mean, how personal and intimate and, you know, like local can you get when you're buying fish from the person who caught it? Even though it's like a company, a local company that brings it from Alaska and stuff. But you know, the girl at the market caught it, and she's telling me about her adventures and stuff. Because I used to be a fisher person, fisher girl. Okay, what are they? They're hiding your. I don't know what they. Why they're. I guess that considers hate speech or something. I don't know what that is. I mean, I don't consider it that way, but you know, screw to with their stupid shit. I'll take an Amish rule. What's a roll? A roll? ROLL. Roll. Okay. Yeah. So I'm not because of weight or any so much that. I mean that adds to it, but it's just that it has wheat and yeast in it, and the yeast is just making me blow up. So I don't know. They have they also sell bread at the market, but they're charging like $10, $11 for 1 loaf of bread. When I get it here, they're both sourdough. I only get sourdough, and it's $8 here. But I can use my food stamps to buy it, or I could actually maybe save $1 by going in person and buying it directly from the little. They have like a little back room where they're doing all. It's a couple, like a husband and a wife, and the guy does all the. It's called Anna's Bread. Her name is Anna, and he does all the baking of the bread. And I mean, they're a fairly young couple, probably in their late 30s, maybe something. I don't know that. Maybe they're 40, over 40, but I don't think so. So yeah. Anyway, I've been doing fasting and detoxing for the last 8 years. Might be more by now. I don't know, but I've been like, you know, what they call intermittent fasting, but people kind of abuse that. And I think they just, like, they think they could just go all day without eating and then just gorge at night. just eat, eat, eat. Like, that is not fasting. I'm sorry. So, and then when they do eat, they overeat. So I've been like trying to up my hours. I was doing like 14 hours a day with no food. And then when I did eat, like I would stop eating by like at least 6 o'clock. And but even at that, it was just like a little snack, like some nuts or whatever, and I drink some milk, like before I go to bed, and I might put an egg in it. I put the egg yolk in, so, and then I add some cream and I whip it up. It's almost like a milkshake, but I call it like an egg cream. It's kind of a between a milkshake and an eggnog. So the milk gets to be real yellow, and then I shake up my cream in a smaller, like in a thing about this size, and I shake it up, and it's like whipping the cream, so it's like frothy, and then I scoop all that after I've put it in my raw milk with the raw egg yolk, the duck egg, usually duck egg. Right now I have chicken eggs because I wasn't able to get to the duck eggs, so I got them down at the market. And they're like $10 a dozen for 1 dozen of chicken eggs, when I get a whole dozen of duck eggs up here for $5. So the only thing is that I can use my food stamps down there, and I can't use them up, to go to somebody's house and pick them up. But they're only $5 or $6. So that's good. So eggs are probably my main source of protein. The milk is probably my main source of calories and has some protein, but fat too. I have a high amount of fat, which making my skin so nice and dewy and soft, and like, just, you can tell I'm healthy. I got a real nice compliment. Like, the day before yesterday, there was a lady that came down from Canada to buy stuff, and she started talking to me, and she was just so fascinated, it seemed like, by what I was saying, and like telling her about the food. And like, people are afraid to use the raw milk if they have they think that they're lactose intolerant or something like that. If they have never tried the raw milk, they may not be. It's probably because of the process of not just the pasteurization, but the homogenation of it. And just, they're just altering the milk. They're making it less healthy for you by heating it and doing all the other stuff. They literally change the frequency of it. So then it's no longer any good for you. I mean, it might still have some benefits. I mean, it's going to have the calories, that's for sure. But anyway, that's like probably my main thing I take in is that. So I do a whole gallon of water a day with the salt in it, and the sea salt. I probably do 2 tablespoons of salt in a gallon of water. I never really figured it out, but I make the salt a little bit more on my first drink of the day, and I drink like a whole quart of the plasma. That's the water with the salt in it. I put like a teaspoon of salt in a pint in the morning, and then I put in it's probably like a half a tablespoon in a quart to drink during the day. Because in the morning I want to drink enough. You have to have extra salt in it to help make you go to get the runs, because that's the part that's taking out all the crap, literally. Okay, let me see. Are you taking back all these, Ray? All your messages are saying retracted now. Did you do that? Or is that, now I can't move this. Oh my God. Fucking motherfucking. So you did it, okay. we're not here to talk about that shape of the earth. That's a fucking distraction. So we won't be having that. Okay. I'm going to make Ray. Do you want to be a moderator in case we get people in here that want to be idiots or, be distractions? Shit, where is it? How do I do it now? Oh, come on. My thing is messing up here. Tell me it's going to do it. Why won't it let me do this now? Oh, here it goes. All right, whatever. What? No, I messed up here. What the hell? Shit. What is it doing here? Oh my God. All right. Okay, now. All right. So it didn't. Okay. But there's a lot of other like channels that focus on that stuff that's meant to distract us from what we really need to do or know. And I'm trying to help educate people that want to do the things that, are more along the lines of helping us when things like that, when people are arguing over shapes of things and stuff like that, that's not accomplishing anything. That's a distraction. So that's what I mean by that. So, I mean, you're welcome here and you can say what you want, but we're not going to start really talking about that because I'm right now, I'm talking about solutions and things we could do to help improve our health, become aware of the shit that they're doing to us, or look over here so you don't see what's going on over here, is whatever. How did you end up here then? Yes, that's what this, because what I was starting to do was I was like focusing. I went to A, B, C, and I got to D. And then I thought, well, I should balance this out with not just talking about all the demonization and stuff of everything, but start to talk about what we can do about it so it's not all a doom and gloom thing like people are into with their, with the fear porn and stuff that they're pushing. That's not helping anybody. That's actually helping them to, to produce the loosh or whatever, the loosh bags, I call them. Instead of douchebags, I call them loosh bags. So they're, they want people, and people are getting, like I see in all these live chats where I go, I'm so pissed off about this, or it's got me boiling. I mean, just all these terms about how angry they are and everything. That is exactly what the system wants. Shouldn't be giving it to them, man. Don't take the fucking bait. Oh yeah, you got charcoal. You know what I use? As far as soap, I'm sure that's good, but the kind that I get is oh shoot, what's it called? I think it starts with an A. It starts with an A, but it comes from a town in Europe, Aleppo. It's Aleppo soap, and it's got like a really, really high degree of fat in it. And they actually process it, age it for a year, at least 9 months. Not all soaps do that, and it has like a high percentage of Laurel's. Oh, I forget what the actual chemical name for that kind of soap is, but oh, hi there. Oki's here. Hi, Oki. Oh, you have Aleppo soap. Cool. I get it here. Like when I bought it before, I bought it online. It was like $15 for one little bar. And then I found this little store that's up on the highway, like down in Bellingham, towards Bellingham. And it's called, oh shoot, it's Europa or something like that, but it has Europe in the name of it. And they sell it for $4 for a bar of Aleppo soap. And it says Aleppo on there, and it says from Aleppo, which is the name of the city or the town where it's made from. I don't know what country would that be, Oki? It's from Syria. Yeah. Okay. I don't know why I thought it was Europe, but that's the name of the has that name in their the store. It's not it's like olive oil, but it's not olive oil. It's laurel, Lau, and then there's the word that's written out like a like scientific word. Yeah, it's really creamy though too, and I use it on my hair, on my head, on my hair as shampoo. So that works out pretty good. So Syria, I'll have to remember that. So Aleppo is in Syria. All right. Really? Your family's from there? That's weird. We would end up talking about that. I keep noticing, I don't know, does anybody have this happening? I'm like a certain topic or whatever comes up. Not even a topic, it could be just a word, just a word. And then I find everywhere I look, the same word is repeating everywhere. Somebody will say it, or I'll open a book, it'll be there, or there'll be a sign, or just like they would call it synchronicity or something. But I think it's some kind of artificial synchronicity or artificial whatever. I don't think it's what how they're doing this shit. The tech is so far advanced, and it's been that way for a long time. So good, use it as a shampoo too. Yeah, it is the best soap. I thought I lost it. Well, I actually did lose that bar that I paid $15 for. I left it at the Y. I mean, I didn't leave. I left it in the shower. Then when I went back to go, I remembered I left it there, and I went back and it was gone. There was something else I had with it too. It was all gone. So yeah. So how much does it cost in Syria for that soap? Like in US dollars, how much would it cost? Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to eat it. I don't know if it has lye in it. I think it does have lye though. Does it, Oki? Does it have lye in it? I don't think I would eat it. Oh, well, it's not, you can't really find it very much here. Like locally, I'm surprised I found it in that store at all, but I went in there specifically to look for these kind of things that you just can't get everywhere else. What else did I get there? There was something else I got. Oh, I know what else I got there. Turpentine. I got a bottle of turpentine, not like the stuff you get from the hardware store that you use to strip paint. I mean, straight up turpentine. Because that stuff has turpentine in it, but it's not the major ingredient in it. So I managed to get, and it wasn't very expensive at all for this for a bottle of turpentine. It was like a 4-ounce bottle. Yeah, I guess the best soap would be one that you could eat, but there's probably stuff in the things that like actually clean you and stuff like that. Are you able to bite into it and chew up a piece of it, Ray? Yeah, I bet it's everywhere in Europe, and America doesn't have them. So the other thing I started to talk about, people are going nuts over this because everything I do, not everything, but a lot of the things I do, most people can't wrap their head around doing it. So, okay, my very first video, I don't even know if it's still up anymore. I think because YouTube has been going through my videos and just taking them away. And then I realized it's not there anymore. So people were interested. I was talking about the leeches because the leeches is an ancient form of healing, cleaning out not just leeches, but also maggots. There's what they call larval therapy. Like you can put them on a cut or something, and they will just eat the dead tissue. They won't go into the live stuff. They actually sell patches for it, but like you got to be a doctor or something like that to be able to order it from this one company. I'll just create my own maggots, leave some food out or something, and then just put them on. Now, I'd be a little more creeped out about that, but I was talking about it on a live stream, and I wish he would come over here and talk about it. Some of the other stuff we're talking about. But he was grossed out by the idea of it being leeches, but yet he was fine with the maggots. And I'm just like the total opposite of that. I'm fine with the leeches, and the maggots kind of creep me out. So, or use, whoa, I don't know what that word is. Symphytum cordatum. What is that? Yeah, aloe. I just actually got an aloe vera plant for inside my vehicle, and but I was talking to two different people at the market where I got the aloe vera plant. The one person that didn't have it was talking about how you can eat it, which you can't. You know, you fillet it and you can eat it. But then when I went over and the guy that I did buy one from that had one said you can't eat it. So I don't know if he was just saying maybe the kind well, I know he didn't know because I could tell, you know, when you talk to somebody and you could tell they don't know what you're talking about. But he was saying you can't eat it. But I think that you probably could, but like maybe certain kinds of them you can't. I mean, the gel inside of it. So I thought, you know, it's good to have it handy. So if I need it to put on any of my cuts that I get, I have one right here going on. So I have one of those, they're called hydrocolloidal patches. They're quite expensive. They're like $1 a piece for like, it's like a Band-Aid, but it's not a typical Band-Aid. So, so yeah, I have aloe vera in my car. So I have it like to cut away when I need it for anything. So anyway, the leeches were my very first video that I put up like back in 2019 when I first started my channel. So it was my very first one, and I don't know if it's there anymore or not. So, but I'm gonna order some more, but I don't remember the name of the company I got them from. So I have to do a little more research and get them. When I got them, like that was like 4 years ago, they were $10 a piece, and now they're like $20 a piece. So, but I guess you know it's worth it. And then I put them on my body. The last time I did it, I put 2 of them on, and I put them on like right about here, like sort of over my liver area. And I had 2 of them on me for 4 hours. The first time I did it, it was like 2 hours. And I always use just 2 of them. And I had 5 of them. But then once you use them, you can't release them out into the wild because they're an endangered species or something like that. You just can't release them. You have to literally kill them. So, But I would keep them like pets, and then you can just use them whenever you need them, but you got to like starve them so that they're hungry enough that they'll want your blood. But it's a good way of cleansing your blood to pull out all the toxins. So the one time that I did it, and I am a cosmetologist, YouTube, and I have a teacher's degree in it, so I can do these things and say these things because I literally have a teacher's license to say them. So they're saying it's medical information when I say any of this stuff. So now what was I going to say about something? Shoot, I forgot what it was. Sell it in the Latin stores. You mean like, what do you mean, Mexican stores? Okay. What are you saying? What's better than aloe vera? I can't tell. Okay, here. Aloe ferox? Ferox. Is that spelled right? Wait a minute. Damn it. Because I'm going to take note of that. I don't know where to get it, though. It's called aloe ferox. Hi, Adrian. How you doing? What is Sunrider Forever? What are you talking about, Okie? I don't understand what you're talking about there. And this damn thing. Okay, aloe ferox. Okay. I never heard of that. Oh, it's a tree versus a plant? Is that it? What was that up there for? Shoot. Where'd that come from, man? This thing is doing weird shit, man. I never had these problems before with YouTube. Okay, it's a giant aloe. Oh, okay, I might know what you're talking about. They're about 3 or 4 feet wide. I wouldn't call it a tree though, but because they're down on the ground and they come up just like the other plant, except that they're really, really big. So sometimes I could well, I don't know. They don't really have them around here because it's kind of cold here. But when down in like California and Arizona and stuff, I would probably be able to go just pick it from the side of the road or something. Okay, so if it's a tree, then tall like a tree, because these ones that I saw were like, this one that I saw was like 7 or 8 feet wide, but it was about 4 or 5 feet high, but I wouldn't call it a tree. Oh, they're from Africa. I'll have to ask my African friend about that. I have a friend that's in the Gambia, West Africa. I also have to ask him about if he noticed if there was any truth to the stuff where they were saying that this huge weather front came in and was threatening the whole west coast of Africa. I don't know how true that is or not. So I like to talk to the people who live in the actual area where these reports come out. That could be a bunch of bullshit for all we know. If we don't have any proof, other than what we're told. Yeah, I don't know if I think it was I don't think it was a young one. I think it was an older one of like the kind you would buy in just like a terracotta pot. And I told you guys, I don't know if anyone here remembers, but I'll say it again. You can use the terracotta pots. Like you can get them for like little ones, like for 79 cents that work just as well as a bigger one that's, a few bucks or whatever. And you could just drip your essential oils into the pot, the clay pot, and it distributes it into the air. You don't have to use electricity or any of these fancy things. Like it costs $100 for a machine to dispense the essential oils, a diffuser, they call it. You don't need all that. You could just put a pot, turn it upside down, and drip a few drops on it, and it just permeates the air. The other thing I do, and I just gave one to a friend, and she loves it. They have these. They're about 6 or 8 inches long, and about 3 inches or 3 inches or so wide. Pieces of cedar that have like a hook screwed into it, like almost like a hanger hook. And then I hook it onto wherever you can hang it on a rod, hang it on anything that it'll hook on. And I put the essential oils, I mix like 2 or 3 different kinds onto that piece of wood, and I manipulate it to spread it around. And then I hook it somewhere, usually over, I put one in the bathroom area of the RV and one like over by where I sleep. And I have 3 of them, so I just place them evenly around. And I don't always have all 3 of them going, but I usually have at least one. And it's just a cheap diffuser, and it's cedar, pure cedar wood. And it's, all smoothed out and everything, but you could probably put it on any kind of piece of wood. So, you see, I have to use my glasses here to see. Where the hell am I going to grow anything? I have nowhere to grow stuff. I live in my vehicle, dude. You know that. That's like people tell me to get chickens. Yeah, I'm gonna keep chickens in my car. I was in my car at the time when they said I should get a chicken in my car. I want chicken shit all over my car. Yeah, in my bed, everywhere. People don't think things through, but most people have never maybe been in this position, living in a vehicle. I mean, it's been, let me see, it was December of 2020 that I went into my car and ended up living in my vehicle ever since. So I'm into my 4th year. It's not been 4 whole years, but it's been that. You want to feed them? Is that what it says? I have this thing here, with I need this. Do I really need this thing here? I don't need to be sending shit. Damn, it's in the way, so I can't read the last comment. No, it's not easy living in a vehicle. Especially when it's friggin' cold out. Oh, okay, you did it. How long did you ended up being in your car? So right now I'm still saving up money to get a full size cargo van to live in. It'd be nice to have something that I could stand up in, because I'm kind of spoiled that way. And I could stay living in this thing, but it's just such a pain. Luckily I have a place where I can park, and the cops are cool with me. They're not harassing me, tell me to leave and stuff. Like the other street I was on, I couldn't stay on there. They had literally put up signs. It says 24 hours. You could park there, but I can't be driving it's just too expensive. I can't afford to have the RV because I'm only getting 6 miles to a gallon. And the gas is almost like $5 a gallon. So, and it costs $140 over now, because with the price going up, It was $140 to fill the tank up, which lasted me like 2 weeks. But that's not even driving it. If I had to drive it, it would be costing me a ridiculous amounts of money that I can't afford. You lived in it for a year. Were you down south or in the United States, I'm assuming? Or were you up north? Like, I've been going south for the winter for the last few winters, but I didn't go this winter. I got stuck up here because I have to empty my storage unit out, which I still haven't quite got done yet. And I've been selling all my possessions because I am literally trying to detach from this world. And when you start to do that and you really want to cut loose from it, you realize how much you are addicted to things, or how much stuff that you have that you really don't need. And sometimes things are just hard to let go of. I mean, the hardest things for me are the things that I have sentimental, attachments to, like things my daughter did when she was young, her artwork, and my own artwork. And so I'm getting rid of like all my like furniture I had. I'm just down to a few pieces of stuff. So, you know, so it's like really hard, stressful going through this stuff. And I'm detoxing on top of it. I'm not feeling good because I'm detoxing so hard. Oh, God, it's crazy. So, and I swear to God, I feel like, I don't know if anyone here fasts or doing the detoxing thing and stuff like that. I feel like I was like years and years ago, I was like addicted to the narcotics. I was a heroin addict. I've told people that. And I feel like those symptoms of the cutting, detoxing out the narcotics, which I haven't been doing for like a long time, are coming out of me now. I feel that same way like when I was jonesing. I don't know if anyone's ever been addicted to opiates at all and had to come off them. Like I had a 5-year addiction, but this was back in the 80s. And I, was doing heroin, and then I went through treatment. And after that, I never did it again. And I mean, I have done, like, a while back, I was needing some pain medications and stuff like that that they gave me that I didn't really take. But I have them, like, if I needed them, I could take one here, here and there, but not like all the time like I used to. So, but it feels like I have this, the jonesing feeling of it coming back to me. Like it feels like I'm going through it over again. So I don't know if it's still stored in my tissues after all this time. I don't know. I'm going to have to ask Darko or somebody that would know if that's something that would be the case, if I would still be feeling that kind of withdrawal symptoms this far removed from it. So I don't know if anyone's ever had it. you I don't know what the Sackler lawsuits are. What is that? Oh, I don't know if it's in my DNA. I don't know about people, sometimes they say the DNA is not what they say it is. I don't really know what that means. Um, but I hope it's not. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm healthy. You could see, look how like strong I am. But like right now I'm so weak, and normally I'm like really strong for, at least for my age. Nothing. I know, it's like crazy. Like I used to think, can't everybody, can't everything be fake and a lie and everything, but it keeps showing up that way. It's like, wow, how duped we were and how deceived and how much we believed just because we wanted to believe. We wanted to trust in the system, whatever. But that ain't how it goes. But yeah, the lies are like unreal. So I thought I would, instead of just doing all the things about like the all the evil stuff, I wanted to put in some of like what I call the solutions to help us break free of the solutions to help us break free of this, or at least keep ourselves healthy until we um, get out of here or till something changes for the better. I don't know. I'm so on the fence about everything. I don't know what, like, I'm just like starting to doubt even more stuff than I thought I already did, which seems like a lot, but it is getting to be quite a bit. And I just feel like I want out of this realm. So I'm doing whatever I can do to build up my strength, to eliminate as many toxins as possible. I was doing more with the stuff like the stuff like Tony was doing, the Tony Pantaleresco. Some of you know who Tony is, right? Tony P from, well, he's up in Canada, but he's actually American that most people don't know. He's from Detroit, around Michigan, some, near there. And he's up in Ontario now, I think. But he hasn't been on YouTube for, I don't know, a couple of years now. He has a podcast, his Independence or whatever it's called. But his, and I could tell he got taken, like what I call taken. Like people get taken out, like possibly, like maybe Davy Crocco. I don't know the details or anything for real, for sure. But I know how much I'm targeted and what they're doing to me. And I can only imagine that it's happening to other people too. That but not everybody's talking about it. Like Darko just did a Darko Velsic. He's the major promoter of the SHP, the Self Healers Protocol, and that includes the plasma and eating raw animal products as much as possible. Like I can't get myself to eat totally raw, but I keep trying to cook it less and less. And I'm like drinking the blood out of the package to just get used to the idea, because once you cook stuff, you coagulate it and it changes the frequency and it's not really healthy for you anymore. So, I mean, I know all this, but it's still hard to bring myself to it, to bring myself to get myself to eat it totally raw. So I still sear my beef on each side. I don't think I could ever eat raw. I don't eat pork at all. You know that I don't do that. I don't trust the pork. I believe that it's been hybrid with humans, the wild boar and the humans together. I just can't bring myself. And it's the best tasting, and probably because it's human meat. It's supposed to be the best tasting meat there is, the sweetest meat there is. But I just, as much as I love bacon and ham and all that stuff, I just won't do it. I draw the line at certain things. If it has natural flavoring in it, nope. I mean, people, babies, uh, insects are about as natural as it gets. Sorry, these things keep popping up on my screen, all these things. I know that like can't be everything fake, but like some of the things that I've even heard about that I've avoided, even though I did not know anything about it being fake or this or that or anything, I intuitively knew to stay away from it. And I think that's been one of the blessings I've had my whole life, is my intuition and discernment, like just to stay away from certain things that I just intuitively knew or felt that were not good. And then it turns out that they weren't. I'm learning a lot more about this vegan diet that people are going to be, I guess I can't say it. But anyway, like vegans only live to be like in their mid 50s. I mean, that's right there. That fact alone should say everything that needs to be said about that. And these people are feeding it to to their animals. Their animals are vegan. Like, sure, the animals are vegan. Animals know not to eat the vegetables. The plants are sentient. They have no nutrition in them. People don't understand this. This is one of the biggest lies ever, is that vegetables are good for us. And that includes all the like spices and stuff too that are meant to be used as medicine. If you keep taking turmeric and all these other different things in, ginger and whatever, if you're eating garlic and all that every single day, when you need it as a medicine, you're going to have a tolerance. It ain't going to work. And that's what they're meant for. They're meant to be medicines. Medicine is toxic, and so are plants and vegetables. Oh, you're late there, huh? What time is it there, Okie? Are you still in? Where are you now? Before you go off, tell me where you are. Iridium. I don't know. I feel like I'm moving towards the need to not eat. Like, I mean, I'm not even near it yet, but I'm getting close. I'm moving towards that direction where I'm eating less and less and less. The programming is what keeps us eating, telling us we need 3 meals a day and all these snacks in between. Did you see what they did to the food pyramid? Not only is it upside down, fat at the top sparingly when it should be the other way. They're putting all these like Fruit Loops in there as like in the food pyramid. It's ridiculous. Oh, you're in Holland now. Where were you? Weren't there last time I talked to you? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Everybody's got operating systems in them. So I don't know. I don't know. I've avoided the tech. I still don't have a smartphone. I didn't have smart meters. Anything with smart in it, I avoid it. They've, demonized that word along with green, safe, all these weaponized words. Oh, okay, right. Okay, so I haven't talked to you for the last couple of weeks, so I didn't know if you went somewhere else or not. So, okay, well, I hope you have a good sleep, good rest. Do you do the incline your bed thing? Where you, I don't know if anybody here does that, where you lift up your bed like 4 to 6 inches off on the head where your head is at the top and have it on an inclined plane. It's supposed, it seems to help people a lot. I had that when I lived in a house. I had my bed like that, but it's kind of hard to do it in my situation right now. Oh, good. Okay, cool. That's cool. I wish I could do mine, but the best I could do is park on a hill. But there's not too many hills where I am here, so I can't really. I'm lucky I could get enough of a incline going so that the rain rolls off my roof the back way. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of things for a long time that people are just now starting to talk about. I'm always like 20 years ahead of the curve. The things people are talking about now as being healthy were healthy back then 20 years ago, but not anymore. I mean, some things, I mean, there were still things then that were not good, like the vegetables have never really been good for us. So, because, you know, it's just cellulose and the big lie about the fiber. We don't need fiber. It's a big lie. And the whole thing about cholesterol is good for us. I looked back on my medical records, and every single time I went, or every time I got my blood work done, they said that my cholesterol was high. So that meant it was a good thing. And I never really took like cholesterol lowering stuff. I don't take those statins. I don't take none of that shit. Like most people my age got those, you know, those little weekly little things that have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday on the whole thing, and they're filled up with, you know, each one's got like 6 pills in it for each day or more. Some people take a dozen things a day. I don't do none of that shit. There's a plant in the east that heals. What's it called? The plant in the east, like in like China, Japan, or where in the east? I don't know. Okay, we'll have a good one, hon. Take care. I ain't gonna tell you to stay. I say stay smiling, stay happy, stay laughing, stay sovereign, stay anything but SAFE. The shape of a naked woman, but you don't know the name of it? Stay staying. Stay on. Man, my shirt is crooked here. What's happening? These are, I'm still breaking these in because they're still new. They're, I have to like stretch out the seams a little bit. These are new. I haven't even washed them yet. Got all my waves going on here. Solar waves. Wavy. It's hard to leave. Well, you can stay, but I know you're late where you are. What time is it there? Let me see if it's 4:20. Oh, it was 4:20 here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's like midnight or 1 o'clock where you are, right? 1 a.m. Yep. 1:20. 1, 2, 3. So that's the other thing that I use cannabis as medicine, but now I definitely I don't get it at the dispensaries. I don't trust the dispensaries. What they're doing now is who knows what they're doing, but between the graphene oxide and I don't know that they're putting fentanyl in there. I don't think it's going that far. People are saying that, but I don't think so. I don't know why this is so crooked like this. This is bugging me now. I have to like stretch it out because it's a little bit tight on me because I'm over my normal weight, and this is a boy size 14. so, so this is too much. All right. I have to wear them a little bit more or wash them. Maybe it'll loosen up when they wash. As long as I don't shrink them when I throw them in the dryer. So anyway, I'm trying to locate some, and I did find some, but it's I don't know. This girl that's growing some that I got from some, she doesn't use any kind of pesticides, none of that stuff. But what she actually does is she puts whole salmon under the ground and grows the plant on top of the salmon. So what do you think of that? Salmon weed, fish weed, whatever. And And then I also said something to her about urine, because do you know what is in urine? The chemical. Do you know what's in fertilizers? It's PKP, right? The three things that are in there: potassium, uh, calcium. I forget what they are. The other one's a P too. Potassium. I don't know, but they're the same things that's in urine. And she goes, yeah, well, we do that too sometimes. So now it's saying that no one is here, but there's people talking to me. Is everyone gone? I see you're here, Ray. But are you still here? Is anyone still here? Who is here? So, all right, now it's starting to go back up again. Well, thanks for the thumbs up, guys. So, all right, it's a little bit over an hour. I got to go pee because I'm drinking all this water. That creep is gone. I got a couple people like stalking me. This guy that I just met not too long ago. This guy that I just kind of recently met that was talking to me about fixing up my RV and all these things he could do or I could do or whatever. I guess he was trying. I don't know if he was trying to get a job out of it or if he actually wanted to help me or something. But then I made the mistake of letting him in my van, and he didn't do anything to me then or at all. I mean, he didn't like attack me or anything. But then, and I gave him my phone number, and then he started calling and leaving all these weird texts to me, like I have to block him or whatever. So I don't know. I hope he knows my RV, and I don't know if he could come over and harass me or not. Oh, so I started telling you this story about, this other guy that I met trying to help me with my car, tell me I needed to put oil in it immediately. And when I checked it, it was friggin' full. I don't know where he gets these. Like, I know more than guys about cars, a lot of guys, not all guys. And I mean, I'm not a mechanic or anything, but I was talking to a mechanic and saying that, like, about, I said I know a lot for a woman about cars. He goes, you know a lot about cars more than men. So that was a compliment. And then, like, I started to tell this story about a couple of days ago, this lady that I met in the market, and she ended up saying she thought I was in my 40s. She thought that I was younger than her. She was in her 50s. And she couldn't believe it that I was in my 70s. She's like, no, no. So you have to know. I can't see the word after no until it goes up a little bit. So I'm going to just do this sometimes. I'm okay. I'm just going to hit any button and do that so I can read. It's not saying anything. I'm just doing it to get it away from the emojis that are blocking I can't read the whole thing. And that's the only one. It's in the only place I need to read. It's not up at the top. It's not over on this side. It's right where I need to read. Yeah, I know. Back in the day, I don't know, my day was probably long before anybody else's day here. So I was a kid in the 50s, and things were so much cheaper than now. It's just, I mean, they literally had penny candy. I don't know how long that lasted, where you could get a Tootsie Roll. I mean, a full-on Tootsie Roll, not those big logs, but like the regular little Tootsie Rolls for a penny. You could get lollipops, you could get bubble gum, you could get all these kind of candies that they had. Remember, I don't know, Ray, do you remember those ones that were on the paper strips, those little dots, those colored dots where you just eat them off the paper? I forgot what they were called. Okay, so by the time, like, all right, so I'm like a decade ahead of you. So they went from 1 cent to 3 cents in a decade, probably, right? Yeah, they were little colored, probably powdered sugar with dye on it, something or other. I mean, not that they're necessarily healthy, but they can't be. Nothing is as bad then as it is now. All this crap, everything is such garbage. I'm afraid to eat anything from a store. There's hardly anything I get at a supermarket. I read the label when I come across natural flavor, it's a no. Then they have contains bioengineered food ingredient. No. Then all the gums. There's cellulose gums, there's acacia gums, there's this kind of gum, there's all these different types of gums. Cellulose. Ugh. All these gums that never ever were in anything until just recently in the last couple years. There was not any kind of gums in anything. And they're thickeners. They're literally putting what's that one called carrageenan that they put in milk and to thicken the milk to make it like heavy whipping cream. They're using gums to thicken the cream. I only get my I get my raw milk from the supermarket that carries raw milk from the local dairy, and then there's another dairy that I go to where I get my. They don't have. You think they would have the raw milk, but they don't. But they have other. They have yogurt, butter. That's where I get my butter and my cream from there. They had they had clove gum, clove that was in the red package with brown circle. Then they also had that blackjack gum, and then they had that. Oh my God! I was singing the song the other day. Fruit fruit stripe gum. Remember that? Mellow cups. I used to love mellow cups. That was probably one of my favorite candy. That and Sky bars. Do you remember Sky bars? They were like a piece of chocolate that had like four squares. It was all attached, but one had like the mellow cup stuff in it. Another one had peanut butter. Like it had like four different things inside of each little. It was 4 or 5 different little squares that was all in one piece. Striped zebra gum, the fruit stripe gum. There was a song that went with it. I can't remember the name of it though. It's but I don't know. It was called fruit stripe gum. I don't think it was called zebra though. Yeah, it's always been a 5 pack of gum that I know of. I like the clove. I like that they had blackjack gum and they had shoot, what was the other? Oh, the other one that I liked was pepsin. That actually is a pepsin is a like an enzyme that helps you to digest your food. And I don't think they even offer that anymore. Do you ever see it? It was in a white package and they had Beeman's. And Beeman's was the brand name. And I'm pretty sure they did the Pepsin too. That was in a white package. Beeman's. Pepsin. Pepsin. Pepsin gum. I don't think it was called it. You know, you had to read it in the smaller print that that's what it was. So, and they always had all these different kind of little nickel bags of candy that are not would eventually become quarter bags, probably by the time you. Yeah, they were strong. Oh no, someone was saying like advocating to chew gum. I don't know where they're getting their gum from because I can't imagine there'd be any kind of good gum. What kind of gum are they promoting? But they were saying like it helps to keep your jaw from like clenching up or something to help keep it loose. Because I have TMJ, but I don't know where I would get gum that I would trust to even eat. Now, if they had that Pepsin gum, I would eat that. But not anything they have now. I don't know what anything was good. I didn't eat like a whole lot of candy. We weren't even allowed to eat, but we were allowed. Sometimes we'd get like a nickel and go down the store a dime and get 10 penny candies or something. So, oh man, I have to like really go pee. So I'm probably going to have to close it down and come back another time. God, that guy's out there again. Damn. This guy that gave me a hard time called me a homosexual. He must have been talking about himself because I'm so far from that. I don't even think that it's I don't go along with that shit. Sorry. I'm so far from that. I don't even want to get into those politics of anything like that. So, but anyway, thank you all for coming, and I'll see you next time when I can get a chance to come back here again. But I just haven't been feeling all that good because I don't think it's because I'm sick so much as just going through all these detoxes, and also what the hell they're doing, hitting me up with the frequencies and psychic attacks and whatever, spiritual, psycho, even physical. It gets down that. Hi, Liquid Evidence. How you doing? Oh, he ain't ready. I put up something on him. Somebody put Liz or somebody put something on him. It's like making fun of him. Oh, I don't know. Well, I'm sure he could get my. I'm sure he has my email address if he's interested because Reese had it. I talked to Reese in the email, so he has it. And I said I'd be willing to help him if he really needed it. So I don't know. Get to sleep, you. Don't make me come over there. My mom be coming up with the belt, ready to strap us for having fun and laughing. Oh, you guys. Now people are going to start coming on just as I got to go pee really bad. I don't want to pee my new jammies. These are long john jammies. Wow, I'm getting them dirty. We'll come back again. I'll try to come on sooner because I was just not feeling good, so I haven't been coming on for the last month or more. I don't know. It's been a while, so okay. I hope everybody's feeling good and taking care of themselves and drinking lots of plasma. Get your plasma in, guys. All righty, guys. Okay, I'm going to end the stream. Good to see y'all. Hope you come back. And I will talk to you soon. Much love to everyone around the world, even in Holland.